Fam, man basically told the popos, fam, listen, anything you guys need, just give me a call and hit me up. You get me? As long as we can keep it under wraps, it doesn't go public, just hit me up and we're good. We're good. I'll sing for you guys. I'll sing like a canary for you guys. Yo, so what's up, peeps? So yeah, check it out, man. We also, the videos and all the information coming out, about Young Thug. And apparently Young Thug snitched his way out of jail. Because, I found something funny, man. When Thug was there and everybody was calling Gunna, a snitch. Gunna was this and Gunna was that. But Gunna didn't go up there and snitch on nobody, bro. Because even stuff that even maybe Gunna have said off, out of the courtroom, like in meetings or whatever, man, none of it actually was used actually in the trial or is like brought up, when they're questioning other people. Because it's like they asked Gunna, is wife considered a gang? Man's like, yes, ma'am. Yes, to this and that. But man, they actually went out there and say, that person did that. That person did that. Young Thug is a leader. That man is that. That man did this. Nah, I was none of that, bro. But Young Thug was out there labeling Gunna a snitch, man. You get me? Labeling Gunna a snitch. But now we'll find it. Man was out there singing like a canary, fam. You get me? Young Thug was apparently out there in those back rooms and, all of these interviews and stuff, singing like a canary to get his way out of prison. You get me? Because what I want to know is, how is Young Thug out, but Casanova is still behind bars? Bro, some ratting went on, fam. Some ratting went on. 100% more. So, Flacco's going to give us, the information, what's been said. You get me? We're going to need some recordings and stuff. So, shout out to y'all for being here, man. Really appreciate it. So, let's get straight into it, man.
Found himself in drama that could be career ending.
Yeah, hold up, y'all. Get these headsets on, man.
And he has nobody to blame but himself. He's learning two really important lessons simultaneously at the same time. One lesson that he's currently learning today, the streets is dumb and the rules of the streets are stupid. And the second lesson he's learning is exactly what damn near everybody in the history of Earth has learned. And that's witch hunts are disastrous. Witch hunts are not good for anyone because they're not sustainable. Witch hunts usually and almost certainly blows up in your face. You see, when there was a Salem witch hunt, you know why it didn't work? The same reason why the rules of the streets don't work. There's too many gray areas.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. There's too many gray areas. I mean, there are certain things, some people consider it snitching, other people won't consider it snitching. Fam, snitching is snitching, period. That's where I see it, man. Because where I'm from in Jamaica, bro, you got like, they have these rules. You once you're out there talking to the police or anything, no matter what is you're saying, bro, you're a snitch. You get me? As we call it back home, you're an informer. You get me? So that's a very true statement, man. There's too many gray areas in when it comes to like snitching. You get me? Some people view any little thing as snitching. Some people say if you talk to the police and you give the police information, that's snitching. If you cop to this, that's snitching. It's like there's so many gray areas, man. So many gray areas. You get me? But personally, to me, bro, if you're a snitch, I would say, once you're passing on information to the police that can literally get someone arrested or in trouble, bro, that is snitching. You get me? That is snitching. Or if you're disloyal, like your boy and this person are not friends, and whatever your boy say, you're going to take it back to that person and run with it or whatever, even though it's facts, even though it may be facts, what your boy is saying, but you're still going to run back to that person and tell that person what man's been saying. That's snitching, bro. And that's informing. You get me? Disloyalty is also a major part of snitching. Yeah, facts, man.
People, were being arrested and persecuted for being a witch. What was the criteria? How do you prove the person was a witch? Because they walked funny, because they talked funny. It was too gray area. People at some point were just making up things. And that usually blows up in your face because once there becomes no criteria to be a witch and the only criteria is an accusation, well, eventually everybody becomes a witch and everybody gets persecuted. Same reason, when we were out here sending communists to internment camps. There was no real criteria. There was no real way for us to dictate who the communists are. They just sent 120 Japanese people in 1942 to internment camps with no clear definition of if they were really communist or not. When it comes to the streets, there's no clear definition of what a snitch is. Some people say a snitch is if you ever gave the police any information whatsoever. Some people say if you gave information that led to an arrest. Some people say if you talk to the police at all. Some people say you could.
Yeah, this goes into the many gray areas that he was alluding to earlier. You get me? Because people have different levels of what they consider as snitching.
Snitch on dead people to get off. Some people say you can't snitch on dead people. Some people say you could tell if it's a self-defense case. Some people say you can't tell if it's a self-defense case. It's too many gray areas. And what we're currently seeing is there's an incentive right now for a witch hunt. There's an incentive for YouTubers and other people to make videos, do as much research as possible, trying to find anyone with some type of gray area there so they could make money on their YouTube channel by calling people snitches. Same thing in the streets, right? There's an incentive for it. If you don't.
Yeah, he's got a point there in some aspect, you get me? In some aspect, because let's be honest, man, a lot of YouTubers even do like reactions and stuff. A lot of them are like journalists, man. They actually do research, find documentation and all this kind of stuff, and they present it to people. You get me? But there are people out there who are snitches. I mean, like, for example, 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is a snitch. That guy is like a complete and utter, he's not even a mouse, he's a rat, bruv. You get me? 6ix9ine is a rat. And he even came and said it, so there's no like gray area in that kind of sense. You get me? I understand what Flack was saying here, but like, for example, you got the OGs, man. Yeah, the OGs, man, will be talking to no police, bro. I mean, you got some of them little snitches there, but the OGs want you to snitch, you're a snitch, bro. No matter what aspect it comes under, what gray area, like Flacco was just saying, it falls under. Once you're a snitch, you're a snitch. And personally, that's the way I view things, man. Once you start carrying news to people, bro, you're a snitch, fam. It doesn't matter on what aspect. Once you start carrying news to people, it's a snitch. And that's why I rate Lil Bibi's song, man. Lil Bibi said, yo, I just tell him I was blind, like my last name was Charles. Listen, I didn't see nothing and I didn't hear nothing. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple, bro. That's the way things supposed to be, bro. No man out there snitching on their friends or snitching on their crew or all this kind of stuff, man. Yo, you ain't see nothing, bro. You're blind like Charles. If they ain't got nothing on you, then basically you have no incentive to provide information to nobody. I can see in certain aspects why a certain person would say certain things, like, if they're in a certain type of spot, they're facing life in prison and stuff, because, boy, listen, you're facing life in prison for something you didn't do, bro, right there and then, that would be up to you as a person, what you're gonna do in that situation. I know what I would do, but I don't know what you would do. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what y'all would do, man.
Like somebody, you could use a gray area and get them labeled a snitch and pretty much ruin their public reputation. In the likes of Young Thug, what Young Thug did was he don't like Gunna. So what he did, he labeled Gunna a snitch. He told a lot of important rappers like Lil Durk and Lil Baby, who could have been some really pivotal collaborators for Gunna, but he got out of jail. Gunna's a rat. We don't like Gunna. And it was the good old boys club in the industry pointing at Gunna saying, he's a rat. We don't like him. Gunna didn't write a statement on someone.
Mind you, man, Gunna got one of the baddest chicks in the game. Have you seen that girl, bro? Yo, fam, for real, bro. Gunna's got one of the baddest girl in the game.
Gunna didn't give the police anything that was used in Young Thug's trial. But because Gunna pled guilty and Gunna did a routine plea deal that everybody does, Gunna was labeled a snitch by Young Thug. Young Thug criteria was, I don't care if it wasn't used against me. You pled guilty and said YSL is a gang. You saved yourself and you left us for dead. Well, in the case of Young Thug and Gunna, the criteria is if you tell the police anything, it's snitching. Young Thug has now found himself in a situation where he's dealing with his own snitching accusations.
Fam, when you guys see what Young Thug has done, when you hear what this guy is saying, bro, man is singing like a canary, fam. Young Thug is up there singing like a canary, bro. Yo, make sure y'all leave your thoughts down in the comments, man, when you hear what Young Thug has said. Young Thug was up there singing like a canary, bro.
And I'll be real, when you hear what Young Thug says, if we're going by Young Thug's own criteria, then Thug is a rat.
Man who shot up tour buses belonging to rapper Lil Wayne pleaded guilty and accepted a 10-year prison sentence. He had until today to take a deal. Channel 2's Cobb County Bureau Chief Ross Cavett live outside the courthouse with why the DA's tough stance on gang cases may have persuaded the gunman to take the deal.
Man known on the streets as Pee Wee or Roscoe will spend 10 years in prison. The district attorney here in Cobb County believes the gang problem is getting out of control in Cobb and really the metro. We told you about a case last week in which his office asked the judge for a 350-year sentence in another gang case. So
350 years, bro. But yeah, if y'all don't know, man, this stem back from the thing that happened a couple of years, well, not a couple of years ago, a while back actually. When they were accusing Young Thug and Lil Wayne was beefing, you know, and Wayne was beefing with Birdman as well. So they were saying that, Young Thug's people shut up Lil Wayne bus and stuff like that, man. So yeah, it's all stemming. This is what they're talking about. It's all stemming from that.
It's likely Jimmy Winfrey saw the writing on the wall.
I think it was best for the client to do this and avoid the massive risk if you would lose even on a single count in this case.
Manny Aurora believes his client, Jimmy Winfrey, could have beaten most of the 27 charges in the indictment, but the prosecutorial mood against gangs and gang members in Cobb County is tough.
Anytime you say the word gang and there's an African-American individual, prejudices.
Lil Wayne tour bus getting shot up in Atlanta while he's beefing with Young Thug and Birdman at the time. Bro, everybody and their mama knew that Young Thug and Birdman was involved. Detectives knew they were involved, which is why they spoke to Young Thug about this. And the interrogation footage, audio, I should say. The interrogation audio from Young Thug being questioned about this actually resurfaced. And it makes Young Thug look crazy. So the police was actively investigating Birdman as well, because they put out documents and correspondence alleging they have reasons to believe that, that Birdman and Young Thug solicited, the Pee Wee Roscoe to do this, right? They even mentioned how Roscoe was on the phone with Birdman like minutes after the shooting. So the police have always been pointing fingers at Birdman and Young Thug, but mostly Birdman, I should say. Well, during the interrogation of Young Thug, which by the way was voluntary, Young Thug voluntarily showed up to go through this interrogation, right? He didn't have to do it. He voluntarily did this. But during the interrogation,
man said Young Thug literally volunteered to snitch. No one even had to convince him. He volunteered to snitch. That's exactly what Flacco was saying.
The police began to ask Young Thug about Birdman's and Lil Wayne's beef, which if they're asking you about their beef, at the same time, they are putting out correspondence. They believe Birdman is involved. You should stay quiet. You should stay silent by Young Thug's definition of what a rat is. Well, Young Thug proceeded to break down the public things we knew in such of, Young Thug and Wayne is having money issues. But then Young Thug draw the police attention to lyrics by Lil Wayne, where Lil Wayne is alleging he's at war, and if Birdman comes for him, he's gonna go out like a Scarface or Tony Montana.
Yo, bro.
Young Thug told the police, hey, did y'all know Lil Wayne made a song on this mixtape a few months ago?
Oh my God, bro. Man is singing to these people, bro. Man turned into a canary, fam. Man is, bro, that's cold, bro. Because I was wondering, man, how is it that Young Thug is out of jail, man? Because Rico's some serious charge, and everybody knows he's guilty of that shit. You get me? Everyone knows he's guilty of that shit. But Casanova's still behind bars because Casanova ain't a rat, bro.
before the shooting that if Cash Money and Birdman comes for him, he's going to go out like Tony Montana. And he's aware that Birdman has an army. Why would Young Thug say this to the police if Birdman is a suspect in his tour bus shooting?
Come to find out, him and Birdman got problems because he old. Because on the mixtape that he dropped before the album, he said on one of the songs, he was like, I don't want no problems, I just want my money.
This is why Young Thug and Drake are bridging. You hear what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why Young Thug and Drake are friends. Birds of a feather flock together. Young Thug is out here using lyrics from a song to snitch, to try and implicate someone else. You get me? That's I always see going on with Drake and the lawsuit right now. He's using lyrics. Remember, Drake signed a petition to say you can't use lyrics in a court case against a musician because it's part of the art form. And look what he's doing to Kendrick right now. That's crazy, bro. But Young Thug right here is doing the exact same thing.
Birdman is an army. I'm a one-man army. And if that nigga coming for me, I'm going out like Tony. He said those exact words.
Who is Tony?
Tony Montana. Scarface. I know Scarface.
Man said he said those exact same words. Those exact words. Young Thug is out here snitching his way out of prison, fam.
See. He was like, Birdman is an army.
Okay.
He said Cash Money is an army. I'm a one-man army. And if them niggas coming for me, I'm going out like Tony.
Gotcha. Scarface, the last scene in Scarface. Yeah.
But he also said, I don't want no problems. He said, I don't want no problems. I just want my money. So everybody caught on like, oh, you owe him. And then a couple months, like 2 or 3 months after he dropped the mixtape, you heard TMZ and all like he's suing Birdman because Birdman owed him for albums. And then that was when everybody was like, oh.
If you give the police information and their reaction is, oh my God, we missed that. I can't believe we missed that Tony Montana. Oh yeah, Scarface. Oh yeah.
That's snitching, fam. That is snitching, bro.
Yeah. You shouldn't be telling them that information.
Facts.
That right there is the only proof you need that you shouldn't be telling them. If their reaction is that, you just messed up badly. Young Thug shouldn't have brought Birdman up, not one bit. And Young Thug knew Birdman was a suspect in his Lil Wayne tour bus shooting. It's public information. In the Cobb County paperwork, they accused Young Thug and Birdman, all right? They alleged that Young Thug and Birdman were involved in orchestrating the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus. Young Thug and Birdman. Young Thug does an interrogation, essentially putting it all on Birdman, letting them folks know Lil Wayne did say, Birdman got an army, and if they come for him, he's gonna go out like Scarface. Why are you telling the police this? It's crazy. Now, if you also pay attention, the driver of Lil Wayne tour bus actually sued Birdman. He sued Birdman for this shooting. That's how well known Birdman's involvement in this was. So bringing Birdman up to the police at all is kind of crazy. But it didn't stop there. Young Thug also told the police that Pee Wee Roscoe sold Lil Wayne drugs.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. This nigga in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? So weird. This nigga shot at this nigga. Honestly, I don't know who the fuck. They said Roscoe, but I don't want to block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. You know Roscoe? Man, that fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? But I don't fuck because every day nigga bro fuck off. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
There's a lot more instances in that 2-hour interrogation footage, but just off of these 2 clips, people are on social media calling Young Thug a rat. they going crazy, bruh. Young Thug public perception or reputation has been permanently ruined. And I don't care what y'all say, bruh. Young Thug can't pop it no more as if he's Rat K.
Exactly. You can't say Jack, bro. You're already talking about your Gunna's a rat, bro. If Gunna's a rat, bro, fam, you're the Super Saiyan of ratting, fam. You get me? That's crazy, bro.
That era is over with, bruh. He can't pop it as if he's Rat K, bruh. He can't pop it as if he's like the symbol for what a real street ninja is. That's not the case. Young Thug standard, Lil Durk standard, and everybody else's standard has always been, when you in the police presence, you're quiet.
Facts.
Thug said a little too much. Now, from my perspective, the common sense, the gainfully employed perspective, I wouldn't consider that snitching. But from Young Thug's criteria for what snitching is, by his own criteria, he's a rat. Now, Young Thug and his team.
Fam, if he's telling the police information that the police doesn't know, and it involves, someone selling someone else, some controlled substance, drugs and all this kind of stuff, that's ratting, bruv. I don't care what nobody say, that's snitching.
They decided to go on social media to respond back to this. I don't know why, because all it did was make him look a little bit more crazy and guilty. But you could tell Young Thug and his team is absolutely panicking. They even started to throw out like conspiracy theories as if like there's like a collusion to make Young Thug look like a rat. Young Thug reasoning for why he's not a rat is apparently because they didn't play his interrogation video in court. He says they didn't play it because he helped his brother. #ratware. You know who interrogation video they didn't play in court? You know who interrogation video they didn't use against Young Thug? You know who Young Thug is still calling a rat? You guessed it, Gunna.
So as the defense team over there for Yak Gotti, you don't see an issue with Gunna saying that this is a game?
I'm not happy that he said it, but you know what? I can explain that to the jury. And his lawyer knows I can explain that to the jury. And we did over and over again. Max and I, everybody, we all explained it to the jury. And you know what? The jury understood. So what Gunna didn't hurt us at all. Didn't hurt us at all.
Wow, that's a heavy statement.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Imagine if the lawyer is saying what Gunna did or what Gunna said did not even affect Young Thug case one little bit, not one little bit. Like I said, all Gunna is in court saying, he's asked a question, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Man didn't say, Young Thug did that. Young Thug's the leader of that. Young Thug did this. Or whichever one of YSL did this. He was responsible for that murder. He did that. He committed that crime. That is snitching. Man didn't say nothing, bruv. You get me? Well, I'm not saying, there's many gray areas when it comes to snitching that people say, yeah, you're a rat. But this is what we're going off here is what Young Thug considers as snitching.
Because it's true.
Right.
He didn't hurt us.
And you played in between the whistles, so you know.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Look, that entire trial, that 2-year trial, nothing Gunna said ever came up before the jury. So how can his plea have hurt me? Have hurt Yak? Yeah. It didn't.
What Gunna said never even made it to the jury. It never got in front of a jury. A jury never heard it. But somehow Young Thug came home from jail and all he's done is call Gunna a rat, diss Gunna on Twitter, make Gunna out to be public enemy number one, as if Gunna went to that court, took the stand against him. So this criteria cannot exist differently for different people. The criteria must be the same. If the criteria is not snitching, if it wasn't used against you, then Gunna ain't snitch. If the criteria is if you talk to them folks and tell them information and use a rat, then it looks like Thug, you might be a rat by your own criteria.
Facts.
Now, other people who Young Thug has also pissed off since he's been home, they've spoken out against Young Thug since the situation has happened. You have YSL Mondo. He made a video and he has called Young Thug a rat officially.
A nigga beat him up, a Rico. Nigga come home, still talking about, oh, nigga rat, nigga. Bro, that's God. That ain't nothing but God biting you back in your ass. Cause you probably been thankful that you just beat a life sentence and a Rico and came home and mind your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now look, he came back and bought bitch in the ass. That ain't the key. And the thing is, too, though, he brainwashed people. He still got motherfuckers on his bitch talking about, and you ever heard with y'all own ear. You got motherfuckers talking about his AI and did that in the third, and he ain't rat on nobody. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about a nigga like Gunner Radis from saying, yes, ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a nigga a rat by saying shit? He said Roscoe shot the bus up. And then a nigga like Roscoe did 10 years behind this shit. And you just got on the internet talking about a nigga didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass brainwash is sickening. Y'all niggas eat daddy figures and y'all niggas sitting back waiting on something good, waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around. Maybe a nigga me on. Maybe a nigga can get some out of nigga. Something did that in the light.
I'm not surprised that Pee Wee Roscoe, the man that Thug was talking about in his interrogation with the police, I'm not surprised not one bit that he's online telling people that Thug ain't rat. I'm not surprised not one bit. What else would he do? What other option do he have? I'm sure Thug is paying his bills. I'm sure Thug is looking out. Yo, Pee Wee Roscoe is a multi-felon, don't have any life skills, don't have a trade, he's not a rapper, don't really have a career that we can look at as a viable option to pay his bills. What other option do he have but to ride Young Thug's coattail and have Young Thug pay his bills? You come out and try to stand on principles and stand on morals and stand on integrity and say, yeah, Young Thug ratted on me, bruh. Back to the homeless shelter you go. It's over with for you. Over with. But Pee Wee, not only did he come out to try to defend Young Thug, he then tried to divert the attention to the other Atlanta people, claiming the only rats out there is Rollo, YSL Duke, and Gunna.
We're gonna go and put it on the table. Yeah, man. He said my name. You already told him. Yeah, Roscoe wouldn't do nothing like that. Yeah, Roscoe sell him weed. Roscoe, nah, man. Come on, man. He ain't never put me on the scene or no crime or attachment to no crime. If anything, he helped me. That could have cost me him. So come on, man. Y'all got to be crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, man. A rap is that shit. Now, like, you see what's going on. You can't buy me. You can't pay me. Come on, man. I'm just like this Infinity. Third eye open, man. You feel what I'm saying? Well connected. Overly respected. My mama couldn't do that in that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know how good it feel? Nigga say I told, I stole, I rolled. You know what I'm saying? They said everything about the P. You know what I'm saying? I turned them up to a G. Come on, man. No, selective politics, what y'all doing? Why 6ix9ine ain't no good? Y'all hanging with Gunna, Boston Richie, all these red in the game. You feel what I'm saying? That on road and told ain't got on this stand with on demand. Yeah, that ain't, come on, bro. I'm looking at him every day. Y'all let nigga on the stand and say he tricked him. I ain't nothing tricking about that, man. Come on, man. I love you, Jeffrey. You kept it overly real. Out of 30 and on the one I can look in the eye, because you know by law, you my only co-defendant, man. Come on, man. We still here with no till, man. Made it through the storm without a bruise. And now I see the world is totally confused. Come on, man. I'm going to give it to you raw as an oyster, man, on the shore. You dig what I'm saying? Not in the water with that motherfucker living. Yeah. Aiden Ross called me tomorrow. We're going up. The paperwork part, it really been too long. I'm going to show you, no, Thug ain't no snitch. I'm going to show y'all what snitch is tomorrow. I'm going to show you in black and white with no despite. If y'all saying Sergio good, this person good, why 6ix9ine ain't good? Go do a song with him. Y'all might well all rack up as the rap commodity. Yeah, that's elected politics. Waking up every day, worry about what Jeffrey Lamar Williams doing, Spider, Scooty. Come on, man.
A lot of y'all got to understand this as soon as possible, especially if you're one of the dummies who are in the streets. Ain't no rules to the streets, y'all. Listen, man. Street dudes been selling out the streets for a bag for a while now.
That's facts, bro. Man, them don't play around when it comes to snitching, bro. Them man will snitch for paper, fam. Them man will snitch you for a meal, bro. You get me? Like on a real note, fam, it's true, bro. They're not ruling the streets, fam. So back in the day with the OGs, yeah, there's rules on the street. But nowadays with this generation and stuff, man, nah, bro, they're cooked, fam. This generation is cooked, bro.
And this is just another occurrence of the streets selling out their morals and principles for a bag. Of course, what Young Thug did was bad. But of course, Pee Wee can't say that. It's the same way. Hey, bruh, a lot of rappers go to, like these gang-filled areas like the West Coast and other places, and they never shot nobody, never did no dirt with them, didn't grow up with these people, but they get to join the gang because they got the bag.
Yeah, facts.
This is what's going on.
That's what happened with 6ix9ine, because 6ix9ine was popping. Yo, 6ix9ine joined them over there, you know what I'm saying? And man was like, yo, man basically had a free pass on like using the N-word and all this kind of stuff. You get me? A free pass, bro. Because he had the money, he had the bag, he had the rep, man was running money on them guys and all this kind of stuff, man. But, what you gonna say, man? Because let's be honest, man, you need to understand that people will snitch and rat as long as it can feed their mouth. People will snitch and rat. And people need to understand this simple thing. Having loyalty to certain kind of people will only reach so far in life. I'm telling you guys, man, because when it comes to even threatening their freedom, or even comes down to the fact that, yo, where am I going to eat tonight? You best believe they'll sell your ass out, man.
Going on. Now, he's talking about black and white. You know what's black and white? Young Thug, at the end of the interview, telling the police, hey, I'm ready to tell y'all whatever and talk to y'all and give y'all more information. Here's my personal cell phone number, but please, 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 whatever I tell y'all, you can't make it public. That's bad.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Promises. Make promises. Just before.
Yeah, this is the part here you want to hear them talking about, man. This is what you want. This is the part here. Y'all need to pay attention to this bit.
Promises. Whether you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. What you tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey,
I don't have your number.
Whatever.
well, give it to me. If you ain't give it to her,
Yo, man said, bro. Man just said, yo, anytime or any information you need from me, here's my phone number. You can get in contact with me about anything, anytime. It's over, bro. It's over, fam. It is, trust me, this is over. Man said, promises just we keep. Promises whatever you in anything, or what they say, anything, and I'll tell you anything. I said the world, they said I don't have your number. Well, give it to me. I'll give it if you ain't give it, and all that kind of stuff, man. You can find a clear version of what's being said here online still, but fam, man basically told the popos, fam, listen, anything you guys need, just give me a call and hit me up. You get me? As long as we can keep it under wraps, it doesn't go public, just hit me up and we're good. We're good. I'll sing for you guys. I'll sing like a canary for you guys. You get me? It's mad, bro. This is mad, fam.
Young Thug telling them that is even worse once you take into the account that Young Thug has been accused in the past by a really reputable First 48 detective, David Quinn. He was accused by David Quinn of getting in the back of David Quinn's car, giving information about a murder off the record. And when David Quinn and the prosecutors tried to bring David Quinn on the stand to testify, Young Thug attorneys tried their hardest, filed I don't know how many motions to make sure that David Quinn don't get to testify.
Oh, that's cold, bro. That is cold, fam. I didn't even know about that, bro. Based on information, I believe the prosecution and some of its witnesses, including but not limited to David Quinn, may wrongly state that Mr. Jeffrey Williams was in the back of the police car at some point and gave information on a murder case. Oh my God, bro. So Young Thug has been snitching for a while, bro.
If you're looking at the paperwork that I'm looking at currently, you will see that Young Thug and his team of attorneys says, yo, he's not telling the truth, Judge. Judge, he's not telling the truth, Judge. He shouldn't be able to testify because he's not telling the truth. But now that we look or we hear footage of Young Thug telling the detectives, here's my personal cell. Please just promise whatever I tell you, you won't make it public. Do you believe that Detective David Quinn was put his reputation at line, especially when he was like a famous detective from TV? You think he's putting his reputation at line to lie on Young Thug? But
exactly, bro. That's the thing. You get me? That's the thing. I know Babylon police they lie sometimes, but the reputation of this particular person, fam, you get me? And I'm pretty sure that the guy probably can't even talk like public. Well, not even can. By the law, you can't reveal information on what exact case. You get me? Because that could get a lot of people to trouble, including himself. Bro, seriously, fam? Yeah, Young Thug, you're a rat, bruv. You're a snitch, cuz.
Oh, let me know in the comment section. What do y'all think? Y'all think Young Thug told? Y'all think Young Thug is being a hypocrite?
Shout out to Flacco for this, man. I'll leave the link down in the description so you can go watch it and give your thoughts on the video yourself, man. But yo, let me know what you think in the comments, man. Because yo, I think this is diabolical, man. Imagine a man like Young Thug who win have the reputation out there, especially in the music scene, talk the way these men talk on records and all this kind of stuff. They need to know snitching and all this kind of stuff. And man's out there singing like a canary to these police officers and lawyers, bro. That's some crazy this lawyers, fam. That's why I say, bro, yo, be careful you roll with, fam. Because I have a saying that an artist in Jamaica sang in their song. I think it was Da Vinci as a matter in one of his older songs from back in the day. You know, the man said, yo, what did he say? Yeah, you should watch your friends that you smoke with and run joke with, because they are the ones that be quick to cut your throat. Like, seriously, bro. Facts. Man's out here calling people a rat when he's like the Super Saiyan of ratting, bruv. That's insane, fam. So yeah, let me know what y'all think down in the comments, alright? You don't know what it is, man. We out. Peace.